So you ever wonder why these filthy pieces of shit who call themselves leaders, politicians, and whatnot have betrayed everybody? Have decided to suddenly turn around, 100% just flip around and go, oh yeah, by the way, we're in charge. Oh yeah, now you gotta do what we say. Yeah, roll up your sleeve. We're gonna shove some shit in you that you don't know what that is. Yeah, we're gonna mandate it, by the way. Why? Because we're in charge. Wait. I thought you were all doing what we said. I thought we hired you for that purpose. No, we're the masters and you're the slaves. Now do what we say, or there's going to be consequences. We're going to put you in jail. We're going to snatch you from your house. We're going to put you in concentration camps, like they're doing all over the West. What a surprise! And they're doing it elsewhere too. So if you wondered why they suddenly just switched everything off and turned on another thing and said, yeah, now we're in charge, ha ha ha, takes an awful lot of temerity, boldness, chutzpah, if you will, huh? To suddenly turn around and just tell the population that hired you to represent them that you don't represent them, you command them. It takes an awful lot of boldness to do that. Takes fucking balls. Because that group of people that hired you and elected you to do a job are in every right to grab you by the nape of your fucking neck and stretch that neck on the gallows. Or to separate your head from the rest of your body via guillotine. They are in every right. It doesn't matter what you say, what edict you declare, what laws you create. If you are dictating to the people what they need to do, everything that comes out of your sick, shitty little mouth is worthless. So why would they do? How could they do? Why? Well, the answer is simple, my friends. These pencil-necked, little dick fucking socially awkward rodents in the IT industry, right? The tech industry. Those socially fucked up, face covered in zit, fat motherfuckers sitting around eating the goddamn Pop-Tarts while they screw around on a fucking computer instead of having real lives, are making the oldest and most ancient of promises to your leaders, your so-called leaders, your betrayers. They're telling them that they can live forever now. They're telling them they'll be able to beat death and survive it. Live in a can. Live in a canister. Live in a simulation. Oh, it'll be beautiful, they say. Working hand in hand with likewise adroit and dexterous liars in Hollywood. Yeah, you ever seen these things? Vanilla Sky, Caprica, Battlestar Galactica, right? Transcendence. Look, it's Johnny Depp. He lives on in the computer. Lies. Lies. A human being is way more. Some neural cells firing off and on. Now, these people are physical reductionists. They're too stupid to see the complexity of the universe. They're too dumb. They're too cut off from reality to see that there is a metaphysical as well as a physical portion of reality. In life, we have things that are seemingly opposite, but are actually two different aspects of the same thing. I like to think of it as two sides of the same stick. Huh? So the reason you have good times is because you know what bad times are like. Otherwise, you wouldn't know that you're having a good time. Likewise, the opposite is true. You wouldn't know up if there were no down. You wouldn't know pain if there were no pleasure. You wouldn't go, damn, I hate this back-breaking work. Out here in the snow, shoveling all this snow off my roof. Man, I wish I was back in Maui with a handful of titties, right? And a Mai Tai in the other hand, while my cock is getting sucked by a supermodel. Because I remember that. That was a great time, right? You wouldn't go that. You wouldn't think that. Because you wouldn't know it. This universe and the way it's created, whether you consider it created by God or by chance or whatever the hell it is, you have to agree, at the very least, that for everything there is often something else that defines it through its juxtaposition, through its seemingly opposite energy, right? You wouldn't know big if you didn't know little. And the reverse is true, right? So there is a spiritual portion of existence. There is a non-physical. And our emotions and our thoughts are proof of that. And the fact that they haven't been able to, oh, we'll be able to, that's another one of their fucking bullshit promises. Oh, look, we're doing it. Look at the monkeys. Hollywood crap. Lies. Okay? Those same lies they're using to impress upon your leaders, these rich, stupid cunts, or these lying, thieving rodents who sneak their way into positions of power through politicianing, right? Like a mortician, more coming from death, mortuary, mortician, one who deals with death. Now we have politician, polis, the people, one who deals with the people and lies like a fucking rat constantly. These people are being offered the oldest trick in the book. If you're Muslim, you believe in Iblis. If you're Christian, you believe in the devil. If you go further back than that, maybe you're pagan, heathen, whatever, or you just know history. You believe in something called Loki, the liar, the deceiver, the one who rules through duplicity. That's the same damn thing. In every tradition around the world, you got someone who's going to be tempting you, offering you things in order to convert you, make you turn to the dark side. Vader, right? And whatever they offer is always, they say it's freedom, but it's always chains, manacles in disguise. Well, that's exactly what they're offering. Your prime ministers, your presidents, congressmen, parliament peoples, judges. You're going to live forever. You're going to have power, the likes of which no one has ever seen. You're going to be able to be gods. There's no limit to the promises these people make, and they back it up with more lies from Hollywood. Using CGI and other shit. Look, Johnny Depp is in that computer. He's living on. No, he ain't. It's a simulacrum. It's a lie. Just like it will be when they finally say, we've done it. This man is living in the computer. It will be a lie. Meanwhile, they are raping your governments, these IT techs and firms, these technology companies, raping the shit out of your pensions, out of your reserves, out of all your taxes. It's going to them because these stupid cunts, these dumb ass people who fear death because they are little people with no faith, no strength, no understanding of reality whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying I know exactly what happens after you die, but I do know something happens. Yeah. Your pal Bill here once died. I drowned in my family's pool, and I did die, and there was something. There was something. Now, that's a topic for another video, and I don't expect you to believe me, just like I don't expect you to believe the thousands upon thousands of people who've had near-death experiences. And these physical reductionists, these commie shits, these rodents posing as techno-priests will tell you that's all a fantasy concocted by your brain. They don't know shit for shit because these people lack souls. They lack the inner spark that makes a true human being. Which is why they seek to live beyond their use. They seek to live beyond others and to rule over them through the use of technology. It attracts little people, tiny people, people whose egos have grown so huge they've hollowed out the rest of their body. There's nothing left. They're just a walking ego. That's all they are, and that's all they care about is themselves. People like that you can tempt into betraying their families, their friends, their nations, their charge, their duty, their responsibility as politicians, as rulers, as so-called leaders. They'll betray it all for the promise of eternal life through technology. And that's exactly what people, if you want to call them that, I call them parasitical rodent things, like Ray Kurzweil. That commie fuck who wants to live forever and keeps trying to prolong his life because he clings to it so hard because he's so afraid of what's going to happen afterwards. No, I won't die. No, I won't die, he says to himself. I'm going to live in a computer. Now, if you want to see the ultimate insanity and where this actually fucking leads, my friend, I suggest you get a hold of the books written by Frank Herbert's son. Now, you might know Frank Herbert from the Dune series, and I know they redid that recently, and I haven't decided to look at it because I know they're switching around people's races right and left, and they probably turned it into an anti-white fucking screed as usual. I'll get around to it at some point, but if you've read the books, they're fantastic, and he really does look into the future. Now, a lot of it's weird, and yeah, he's riding a giant worm and all that shit. But his son, you might not have known this, took over after he died. Okay? His son writes with another fellow, and they're very good writers. And he wrote many, many books about what takes place before, how the whole thing ends up being that way. Because in that future, you have ruling families controlling whole planets, and everybody is a serf. Everybody has a pseudo mixture of Christianity and Islam across the galaxy. But before that, there was the rise of the machines, and you can read that. His son, Frank Herbert Jr., I believe his name is, he wrote all about it, using his father's notes, and he talks about how these people, these scum, these filth, during this time that we're in right now, they basically took their brains out, and they shoved them into machines, and they became what you call Cymex. From that moment on, they were able to plug those things into basically any sort of machine body they wanted. And they went through a great period of slaughtering the humans because they could live forever. This is no doubt what these people want. Now, before they could seize power, they had to get control over all the robots that one of these guys, I think his name was Xerxes, had put a little code into the robots so that at some point he could just flip them all on and they would take over humanity. Well, where are they pushing us? Robot servants everywhere. Robots. You're going to want them. You're going to love them. You're going to want them. Robot means slave. You look way back when, it literally means slave, and now they're promising you slaves. Isn't that wonderful? Take the poison pudding, my friends. Don't you want slavery? Slavery is good. It don't matter if it's a robot or a human being. Slavery is good. Don't you love it? Once they get you to agree to that, they've already damaged part of your soul. They'll probably be able to get you to upload your consciousness so that you're in a tin can, and they'll be able to control every goddamn part of you, if it's even possible. I seriously doubt it. I think it's a big fucking lie. Because that's what you get from these deceivers. These Satan followers, these Loki followers, Iblis followers. They're all the same. Whether they're part of the Church of Set, or they're a Sabbatean fuck, or one of these stupid-ass confused Luciferians who buy the lies that confuse Prometheus with Lucifer. Fuck you, you dummy. Why don't you do some real research? All these people are being deceived. Likewise, they deceive others. And there's nothing that people could use to deceive them more than the promise of eternal life and power over everyone else. When, of course, the people giving them those promises are going to have the master switches, and they will be slaves. If you didn't notice already, this may be a shock or a surprise. I doubt it is. Typically, people listen to my channel here. They already have one of those probing minds that think about things like this. And so no doubt you agree. Anyway, my friends, that's why they're selling you out in your nation. And that's also why you have 100% the right to arrest them, try them, and put them away for the rest of their lives. Or line them up for the guillotine, or line them up for hanging. Because these people, in order to satisfy their own egotistical belief that they'll be gods, are selling out everyone and everything, betraying the confidence you've given them. That deserves at the very least life imprisonment, and nothing short of that. You have an excellent day, my friends. Help yourself to some decent meat on the way out.